Today we are going to be talking about 5 times Ellen DeGeneres almost kicked guests off her show. Number 5, Jessica Simpson. There are some moments in life that are so awkward that you just can't stand them and cringe just at the thought of them. That is the best way to describe Jessica Simpson's latest interview with Ellen DeGeneres.
Hey, Jessica.
Very exciting.
It's very exciting to
I'm not pregnant on your show.
Are you sure you're not pregnant? I heard that
Yes,
you were pregnant.
I am. Oh, gosh. No.
You're not
we
pregnant.
got an IUD. Nothing is going to get in that uterus.
Okay.
Simpson was on the daytime talk show to chat about her new fashion line and her upcoming music, but instead, well, it immediately got off to a weird start. Ellen DeGeneres started the interview by asking right away if Simpson was pregnant, because the last 2 times she was on the show, she was. The mother of 2 was quick to say she wasn't, explaining that she had an IUD. Soon, Jessica Simpson was talking about her daughter's mermaid-themed birthday party, where women dressed as mermaids had to be carried to the bathroom because they can't pee on my children in the pool.
No, women handlers.
No, they had to be carried if they had to pee.
Right.
Because they can't pee on my children.
Right, but they were woman hand. Yeah, man hand.
Because they're literally like in the pool the whole time with the kids trying to teach them how to be mermaids.
Right.
Then she had trouble remembering how long exactly she and her husband Eric Johnson have been together. 7 years, she thinks. All while she was saying this, Ellen just stood there with an awkward smile.
Oh, that's a long time. I don't know if I've ever had a 7-year relationship.
So,
other than with a woman, but no, not that kind, No, I mean.
Throughout the interview, Simpson didn't really elaborate on her answer, which meant DeGeneres had to do a lot of the work. Well, come to today, it turns out that Jessica Simpson did admit that she was drunk on that interview, which explains the weird answers. But if you are like me, yeah, you probably already knew that.
I always had a glitter cup, and it was always filled to the rim with alcohol.
Wow.
I honestly couldn't even tell you who got them ready. I was just dazed and confused, and I just wanted to go to sleep.
Number 4, David Arquette. David Arquette had caused concern following a TV appearance in which he appeared to slur his words. The actor, 44, appeared on an episode of Ellen DeGeneres' talk show, but viewers were quick to point out on Twitter that it was an overall awkward display.
we're back with David Arquette and Wanda Sykes, and we're going to play one of our favorite games around here. It's called Never Have I Ever. Here we go with the first question. I'll play along. Never have I ever hooked up in a bathroom at a party.
Oh my
No?
His words were almost incoherent, as viewers could not understand what he was saying. He was on the chat show along with actress Wanda Sykes and got right into the swing of things with the host as they played a game of Never Have I Ever. David Arquette was notably awkward and seemed very uncomfortable throughout the silly game. In this game specifically, Ellen was asking some pretty personal questions, in which David had no problem revealing some additional TMI details. TMI as in too much information.
Wow.
I'm horrible with names. Just don't take it personally.
Never have I ever had a crush on anyone sitting next to me right now.
Both of you.
The self-confessed recovering alcoholic admitted last year that he unfortunately had a relapse following the birth of his son with wife Christina McLarty. On the show, he giggled throughout the TV bit and mumbled through his answers and responses to his co-stars.
Never have I ever forgotten the name of the person I was fooling around with. Wow.
I'm horrible with names. Just don't take it personally.
Wearing an all-white outfit, he laughed pretty much throughout the appearance and lifted his shoulders up, moving and writhing in his chair. You could kind of tell he was a little off that day. It made for uncomfortable viewing for many members of the audience at home, who hit the social network site to air their concerns of David.
Dangerous. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Chafing. What? Let's cut that part. Can we do that?
No, we're not cutting that
Oh,
part.
please.
People need to be, it's an educational show.
Number 3, Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell never actually appeared on Ellen DeGeneres' show as anticipated. Want to know why? Well, it is because Ellen kicked her off before she even got on the show. Kim Burrell, a religious person, and we all know Ellen is an atheist. It seemed that it wasn't the differences that sparked the feud, but the comments that Kim Burrell made about Ellen. The talk show host issued that statement after Burrell refused to apologize for her sermon on homosexuality.
To every person that is dealing with the homosexual spirit that has it, I love you because God loves you, but God hates the sin in you and me. Anything that is against the nature of God. I'm called to do what God called me to do.
Apparently, she had said some things that Ellen took offense to. And yep, she got booted off the guest list.
Thing that is supporting gay, I never said LGBT last night. I said S-I-N. And whatever falls under sin was preached. Now what was posted was not all I preached too.
The gospel singer was scheduled to perform a song for the film Hidden Figures alongside Pharrell Williams on the show. This was before a tape of Burrell preaching at the Love and Liberty Fellowship Church was circulated online.
That perverted homosexual spirit is a spirit of delusion and confusion and has deceived many men and women. And it's caused a stain on the body of Christ. You are one that will shake your face in another woman's breast. You are perverted.
In her message, Burrell referred to the perverted homosexual spirit and the spirit of delusion and confusion, saying that it had deceived many men and women. For someone like Ellen, you can expect that this probably wouldn't go so well with her. Number 2, the thief on the show. If you ever are lucky enough to be an audience member on Ellen, then you should expect some hidden cameras as they actually make you sign to consent to being photographed while on the show. These cameras were used to great effect when one of the fans failed to comply with Ellen's simple rule: only take one item.
So before the show, I put out some Ellen products with a sign that said only one per person, and I just wanted to see how honest my audience was, you know? It's really tough because, you know, nobody's watching, you don't think. But we set up hidden cameras just to make sure.
Degeneres had set up a table of free swag outside the studio with a sign that told visitors, one item per person. The interesting thing to note is that most of the guests were honest, but there's always one. The cameras revealed Nancy, a woman in a mustard yellow top who came back more than once for different items. She even went as far as swapping out one extra item for a different item.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
When a friend that she was with called her out on it, she told her to shut up. The episode also featured Degeneres complimenting her crowd for obeying the honor system and went even further by gifting someone a hat.
And you weren't going to take it and you want it, so I have the hat for you. Bring. So that's for you for being honest. You don't have to buy it now. Look at that. All right. That's great.
Later, she ends up displaying Nancy on the big screen, who seemed a little less shamefaced than maybe we'd be. Faced with being called out as a thief on national television, Nancy did have an excuse though, the extra item for her sister, who couldn't make it to the show, but it was a really terrible excuse, and Ellen made sure she knew it. Take a look here.
Hello. What's your name?
My sister couldn't come, so that was her souvenir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A lot of people's sisters couldn't come.
Number 1. Jennifer Lawrence. Bearing in mind the aforementioned praise of Caitlyn Jenner's work with transgender rights advocacy, there is no denying how uncomfortable it had to have made Degeneres when Jennifer Lawrence cracked a Chaz Bono joke.
All right, let's talk about your kitty cat. Now, what made you get the kitty cat?
Well, I wanted a dog, but I was like, I can't take. Oh, there she is.
How do you not want that?
Yeah, little Chaz Bono.
And you got her is that her name?
Well, her official name's Cleo.
Chaz, for those who somehow don't know, is the transgender son of Cher and the late Sonny Bono. Anyway, the notoriously unfiltered actress said that she jokingly calls her female cat Chaz Bono because of her muscular energy. She then gave a rambling explanation of how she automatically thinks all cats are female and that it's just weird for a cat to act like a boy, whatever that means.
I've never met a cat that like you assume first she's a boy, because normally dogs are boys and cats are girls.
Right.
But she has such a masculine energy that everybody always says he. For the first week I thought it was a boy. I named her Oliver. Like she had a collar and Oliver and like boy and everything.
Clearly, Degeneres was prepared for the whole cat segment, as New Now Next pointed out that she was ready to go with a sideshow of the adorable little kitty. But the way she absolutely didn't react to the Chaz Bono joke and moved right into some very specific cat facts that seemed to blow Jennifer's mind perhaps indicated that some unintended improv happened here.
Yeah, I think it was because I was working and I was gone all the time, so she was like, you know.
Right, so you have to get her another kitty cat.
I have to get her another cat?
That's right.
The answer? More cats?
So she's not by herself. She's lonely.
Yeah. No,
People
that
assume
makes
cats
sense.
can just be alone. You need to get her another.
Also, if you're here, go ahead and check out one of these videos on your screen. See you there!